What's up, everybody? It's the Excellent Boys. We're back in action after a long hiatus that no one knows about except they do now.
Yep. And we're back to play not the menu screen of Hades.
I always have to look at the menu screen.
That is true. But I've already messed that. You want to play Nihongo?
See, now you made it too much.
Yeah. I turned on captions because hell yeah, captions. I like Supergiant Games. I'll give them some info.
Well, let's give some background here. What is this, Ryan? What are we doing?
So Hades is a game released exclusively for the Epic Games Store that they announced at the Game Awards, right? And I am a diehard fan of Supergiant Games, and so I saw it and was like, all right, you got me, Epic. I'm gonna jump in your game. So I bought it and played some Hades, and I am loving it, and now I get to share the experience with Michael and all of you.
You're not telling the whole story, Ryan. You didn't say how I gave you the info on this game.
I forgot about your
true gamer and how you're a fake gamer. Explain it to the people.
Okay.
JK.
Michael's pride requires me to explain that he showed me this game's release.
Yeah, because I was watching the Game Awards. I was there in spirit.
Tales are told of Hades, whose very name inspires.
Let's enjoy ourselves.
There's no subtitles.
Us of the inevitable fate which we all share. I, however, mean to tell you such a tale. Listen carefully.
So Ryan, how's your day going?
Fuck you. So
He didn't even say anything after that.
No, he didn't. I for some reason I thought there was a little bit more of it. So
Ghost
Hades. Hades is a dungeon crawling. What would I call it?
Oh,
dungeon crawling action RPG. Yeah, I'd say it's an action RPG. So it's a roguelike dungeon crawling action RPG.
He slides around the fucking floor so much.
Which I actually kind of like.
It's like
gives it nice fluidity. Yeah. And it depends on the weapon. So this game will have multiple weapons. Right now, Michael's playing around with the basic sword that you get. You get a light attack on your X button, which he's shown you earlier. Right there, he just threw out his...
My one.
I'm trying to remember the name of it. I'm trying to show my cred, but
my one lava lamp. My one jewel from the jewel.
By the way.
Oh, I can get it.
Yeah, so you can pick it up. So it's I just call it a spear. It's not really a spear. They give it a different name, which we'll see later.
Chucking a spearhead.
And that's basically, it does a decent bit of damage, but you have charges and you have to pick them up and they embed into enemies. So if you throw it at an enemy, it's stuck in there. So it gives you good range options. But you also have on the Y button a little special attack, AoE.
Yeah, I did that a lot.
And so that's your attack. And then if you press the A button, as you showed earlier, you get a dash. Something to note is you get a different attack out of a dash. If you dash attack real quick, you get a little stab. So you get a very fast attack out of dashes. So you can start combos by doing that and then just throw in more light. And then dash again and throw out some more attacks. It's only, as far as I know, it's only your light attack with this weapon that has something out of dash.
Yeah, I'm just testing it.
So one thing I love about Supergiant Games is they're beautiful, both visually and audibly. They sound and look great. So one thing you can do is if you do your full combo on him, you get a knockback, which is sweet. So, you know, if you need to get people off you, you got that little knockback to give some space. One thing you notice is you're stunning them on hit. And the thing you just see right there, the damage numbers, you get bonus damage for hitting them into a wall. So you got some environmental interaction.
Okay, I can dig that. Take on that.
And and it just happened there. If you saw the words crushed, what happened there?
The rock fell on him.
Exactly. So there's some environmental interaction there, where you can break these pillars and drop some rocks on you. And so for now, that's the basic bow, and there'll be some cooler things you get to see once we start going to some of the next rooms. Beat him up, Michael. Fuck him up. But yeah, so far I'm really enjoying this game. They did a great job in capturing the feel of combat. I would say it takes a bit getting used to because it doesn't exactly feel like most roguelikes in the flow.
It's got to be her. Then
This
here
eyeball?
there's nothing. In the
They'll
name
reveal
of
who
Hades,
her is.
Olympus, I accept this message.
So we're playing as Zagreus, the prince of the underworld.
Hail, noble cousin. Now, let's get you from that miserable place.
And so
See
now
that all of us upon Olympus do our part.
you're being introduced to the gods of Olympus. These gods of
So
Olympus.
this is before Kratos came and killed everybody.
Yes. This is before God of War. They give you special powers. So here, your basic attack does more damage if you get Divine Strike, and it can deflect, which means it
All of these have
sends...
deflect.
Yes. So that's sort of Athena's thing, is she tends to give you deflect. So it lets you turn enemies' projectiles back on them. And so there is a bit of roguelikeness in these, in that, except for this very first one, there will be randomized options from Athena. But they're consistent randomized options. So cast is your B button. It's that little spear you throw out. Phalanx shot's not too bad. But I would agree if you're a choice. I kind of think since you're using your attack all the time, that 40% bonus to the attack is really strong.
Can't heal myself.
Yeah, and also I would say like the dash one. I was like, I'm not too interested in getting my dash slow. Right the second, like, fuck. Because I keep getting fizzled off. I think like I can get away with the dash, but I don't think you really can.
You can. The thing to remember is dash is actually slow to react. Because if you, so like dash to the left right now, well, we'll play with it after you kill the room.
You can't like dash a bunch.
Yeah, well, that will somewhat change later, but if you notice, after you press the dash button, there's a bit of a input lag.
Yes.
And that's intentional.
Recovery.
Yes. So you don't have an instantaneous dash, you have a predictive dash.
By my birthright.
So, yeah.
What did I just gain? Gain purple. I gained purple.
Yep, so that's going to be a resource. I'm just going to spoil it.
That purple
You
drain.
use it to get permanent upgrades. So, I was going to say, you've got two different doors. This door you just chose will lead you to a Minotaur heart. Careful of that explosion. Yeah, you're nice. A Minotaur heart increases your max HP by 25, and it heals you by 25. Or it basically gives you the HP that you gain from max. So one thing to note, your charge, your spear, instantly kills those guys. So that's a good thing to pay attention to, because like if you didn't instantly kill them, they'd still be a threat afterwards. So in certain situations where you need them dead quick, you might want to do that. Nice, you slammed him into the explosive and blew him up. So the other thing to be careful of, if you see in the middle, is there's spears.
Traps. Oh.
Yep. Which I think you can, if you had your enemy land on it, he would get hurt. More environmental interaction. This game does really well.
A centaur heart.
Oh, it's centaur,
really
not
need it.
minotaur.
I really needed that centaur.
And there will be other things to give you HP later, but I think this first time you play through, they're actually pretty stingy with HP.
Will those rocks hurt me too?
No. Which is nice. Those spears will hurt you, and some things later will hurt you.
The spears, like, I was like, they must.
So
hurt.
before you go through that door, look at the door. What's inside that orb
Is a key.
is the reward for beating the room.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I figured that one out. The heart looked the same.
Yeah.
As but I can't go back, huh?
Nope. So it's always a constant march forward. You're always moving forward, Michael. You soon will learn the reason why.
Out of my way.
Depending how well you do in the next. Maybe you'll do insanely well and we'll never see the reason. Although, I imagine it's possible to beat this game before even getting to the story and the other elements of it. Yeah, these guys can actually be kind of tough, so I would say be more patient and only hit them after they're... Oh, actually, you stun
Well,
them.
they stun. I'm only have to be careful when there's two of them.
Yeah, exactly. But the mistake I personally make against them a lot of the time
Fuck!
is being impatient and not letting them attack first, because their attack is super easy to dodge, but it's so fast that if you aren't ready to dodge ahead of time, it's gonna hit you.
So can I dodge over the gap? Like,
yes, only certain gaps. You won't hurt if you can't. You won't fall in. You never have to worry about falling into those
You can't
gaps.
stop me.
So if you want to dash across this right here, go ahead. Yep. And that will actually be important for certain arenas. Oh, you gotta get your key right there. Yeah, baby. Take it.
oh,
Wonder where I can use this.
okay. Ooh, health.
So that's the centaur heart. Currently, you don't get any benefits from normal pots, but
I don't
I've
care.
been
I'm
not
gonna
paying.
hit every single one.
Oh, okay. There are special pots that look different, and they're pretty clear that they're different,
Alright, well,
that
let's see
drop
if they're
money. They'll be golden, and they'll have the omega symbol.
Okay. Get him.
Ooh,
so
so-
sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
This guy doesn't.
Notice how his health is yellow? That's armor. So you're gonna need to clear that armor, and then he'll start getting stunned. So I would bait and attack, dodge away, and then dodge.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
They attack pretty quick after.
Can I get one more shot? Or I
Yeah,
hand
go
it to you?
ahead. I've played pretty far, so I think maybe this full first episode will let's just have it be you, baby.
All right.
And so here's the thing: don't go from here yet. After he stops,
I'm home.
it's early access. So if you notice that blood
Yes,
waterfall a
carry on,
little
everyone,
bit,
don't mind me.
you'll notice there's a bit of black creeping outside of the red waterfall.
I have to take this. Can we pause?
We will be right back a second. I got some very important business. So you can tell this is a little bit early access
Do you want to take that again?
because
Cleve?
that waterfall, if you look at it, you can actually see the black sort of leaking outside, and it looks kind of strange. Like,
Yeah,
doesn't
I mean,
that?
it's just it's a quick and dirty asset.
Yeah, exactly. And
Same
like,
with this fire. This fire looks gross as fuck.
does it? Yeah.
That fire looks gross.
I don't know about.
Well, it's stylized.
Yeah, it's style, but it could use a bit more polish. Like, it doesn't have a 3D
Welcome
pop
to the
to it.
House of Hades where... Wait, I know you. Guess that means you died out there, huh? Well, don't be sad, though. Pretty much everybody dies sometime.
So yeah, since we died, we go to hell.
Some of us more than others.
We haven't died
Back
before,
already.
in theory. Because we're the son of this Hades guy over
Just
there.
minding my own business.
But for an early access game, most of the stuff looks beautiful. It's just occasionally we will see some things that are clearly a
Stupid
little
boy.
underpolished.
I told you nobody gets out of here, whether alive or dead. So how was your wanton ransacking of my domain?
Greetings,
A
Father.
lot of guys.
My ransacking was a delight. Thank
It
you
was
for
a delight.
asking. So I'll just be on my way again.
Be on your way indeed. What do I care? You shall never reach the surface. Go. See for yourself.
I'll show you, Dad.
Yeah, Dad.
I can make it.
Infernal watchdog Cerberus regards the
Cerberus.
underworld prince with mixed emotions. From purest
Cute
joy
doggy. He's a good
to
boy. Look
deepest
at him.
melancholy.
That's a good boy.
Dumb as rocks. They
Fuck
splitting
you.
one brain between
Thanks
three
for
Such a
heads.
the boy. You know I'd take you if I could.
Yeah, you've got to fight Sora in a couple of video games. So.
Oh, I thought you said I was gonna get to fight.
House.
Oh no. Sora fights Cerberus.
Lavishly appointed lair of the underworld's king is home not just to him, but to his willful progeny.
Yeah, so in this
You know I
game,
can
there's
hear
little
you, old man.
flavor text you can find around. You can find little stuff to examine, and it'll just like give you flavor text about the world, the context, what things are. Just try to get you immersed into feeling of.
What do you think
this
is causing this shadow effect right here?
I don't know actually. There's probably a light source back there that you're cutting off, like maybe like some kind of candle that they stuck back there,
Maybe.
and you can maybe see some effects of the light. Like stand in that red zone up there.
The red zone?
The middle, yeah, right there, left. Yeah. Yeah, so there's clearly a light source shining
Right above
there.
me. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, those pots right there that you're rolling into, that's how they look when they have money
Good to
in
see
them.
you, lad. Despite the circumstances.
Watch it.
Remember your training out there. The pain of death is but another obstacle.
Forgotten hero. No one forgot about
Fear is
Achilles.
for the weak. Take care, Achilles.
So Achilles is kind of our mentor. Even though he's a bitch boy who got killed by getting hit in the ankle.
Only part of him that wasn't invincible.
Exactly.
He takes one hit there, and he's like, oh.
Do not despair, and hold to your resolve, child. Tell me something. Has the goddess Athena thus been true to her word and her willingness to lend you her support?
She has, Nyx. I'm grateful that you put us into contact and explained to her the situation that I'm in.
It gladdens me to hear it. Seldom do Olympians consort with those born of the underworld, yet your circumstances seemed due cause for an exception. She shall make a powerful ally.
Yeah, so she's
about now?
indicating there that, like, you know, we're trying to escape hell and we're working with Olympus to try to do so, and Nyx is somebody who has been helping us. You can only listen. So occasionally it's another flavor text thing. It sometimes means you can listen in and it will just give you like
Do I just
info about how they died and stuff like that. No, you already listened to it. You can only listen once. So now you can't listen again. But there will be... No, it doesn't give you old conversations. But there is another flavor text thing that'll happen later. So let's, for now, use this mirror.
Stronger. Still when I'm ready. Up. I dodged through the table. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, I'm gonna try that again.
You're specifically able to dodge through stuff.
Okay.
And I'm not entirely sure if it's dodging through is based on if your dodge length matches the endpoint location that's not a place you can't be, or if you get a bit of an extra distance boost up to a limit.
Repeatedly insisting that he pick everything up.
Cool.
So
Don't clean my room. This is a pretty clean room. Not bad.
You can see the things on the clothes under the bed a little bit, but yeah, I mean, compared to my room, it's spotless.
Time to rest. All right, let's.
Yeah.
Night and darkness guide me.
Each rank gives 10 plus damage from behind. Heal by 1. 1 spear.
Charge. But yeah.
And
then
more
greater
dash
reflex,
chain,
lets you start chaining dashes together.
That, actually.
No way.
You can't. It's 50.
I'm gonna save for that.
No, so just it's a little bit of a spoiler, but for now, just get anything. I would get Chthonic Vitality personally, but it's up to you.
So you're saying I'm gonna lose all my purples? Is that what you're telling me?
I'm telling you, you can refund them for the exact same cost that you buy them.
Fine.
So it's literally like
fine.
Yeah, they basically will let you respec at one point. I think you have to die a couple more times before it lets you respec.
Looking good.
Now, you'll get access to...
I'll have to come back.
It's not my favorite weapon.
Someone...
So, you'll get these things you can gift people, and when you gift NPC stuff, they'll give you those trinkets, which give you small bonuses, and you choose a trinket. But for now, you can get the bow. It was actually for a while one of my favorite weapons to use.
Koranacht, the Heart Seeker. Let's deal some death.
So I'll let you try to figure it out on your own. It's got a couple of nifty things to it. All these weapons are very simple, but they have nuance to them, which I love. Yeah, so you see right there, if you release at the right timing.
Yeah, I mean, it says it at the bottom of the screen.
Yep. And then you've got your spread shot. Now if you go right next to him and spread shot. Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Be careful though, that means you have to be next to somebody. Puts you in threat.
Whoops.
So once he respawns, you'll talk to him. Or want to.
Alright, I'm back.
Oh, did they? Now that you killed him? I thought they still let you talk to him after you killed him.
Even realize I could talk to him.
Yeah. Also, you'll learn a bit later, there is a system in this game where the more you talk to people, the more... Yeah. And you get gifts at certain points. Which is, I think, related to the trinket system, but I'm actually not 100% sure. I haven't fully figured out all the systems to this game. But you ready to start? Oh, well, actually, let's do some a little bit more story. Go up.
What were you gonna tell me?
I was gonna say let's start our next adventure because we're right near the entrance to a new dungeon.
I can do this.
Is this not the new? This is what you're talking about,
the
right?
wretched shades of Tartarus.
I wish there were subtitles.
Easier said than done. and doubtless I'll be running into Meg.
There are sometimes.
The River of Flame ought to be just beyond.
7 of 27.
Find a way up to Elysium from there.
No,
and after that...
I want the full story.
All right, let's give it another shot.
Okay. So basically, that's what you're going through. So when you enter this door, you're going to the dungeon, and that was just explaining...
Giving you a look at it.
Yeah. Hit start, by the way. Settings.
Oh, it was
got
unclear.
turned off. Yeah, you might have...
Maybe I did do that. Oopsies. Anyone who saw that. We're erasing it from the recording.
So now go down to that purple door, and you'll be ready to start your next roguelike dungeon. And they'll actually flavor text it a little bit.
Well, time to go get killed again.
So, things I just love about Supergiant games is like everywhere you look, there's some good level of polish.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's a certain charm that these games always have based on the way they do their art, and the game style is like very simple. I feel like all of their games have like a similar kind of thread.
Yeah. Is there any reason you're paused, by the way?
I'm pausing because this is a great place to earmark this episode and stop looking at me like that.
Remember there was a buffer? A fairly long buffer?
How long of a buffer?
It's like 6 minutes.
Okay, fair enough. 6 minutes? I feel like that's a little... No, whatever.
Just this dungeon and we're done.
Me getting the call was supposed to be part of it, right?
No, I'm gonna cut that all out.
Alright.
So this is, I guess, gonna be left in.
Okay. In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
Guess who it is? Gonna get?
Greetings
No,
there,
too late.
young man. Look, your father's always been rather difficult, and he has not so much as called in quite some time. You'll have a better home where you belong, here on Olympus.
You seem a lot nicer than in the God of War.
So they're trying to like snipe us from Hades. They're like
yeah, more
not
of it will
to kill us, but to steal us.
Yeah, it'll explain more
like,
later.
You'll like it on our team. Trust us, we can offer you double what they're offering you.
So, I made the mistake of doing lightning flourish last time, and I don't think that was a very good choice with the bow. So I would steer you away from that, but it's your play. So you choose, baby. I like the bolt shot a lot. So that makes your cast.
I was gonna choose that before you say it.
Okay,
Just so you know.
Yeah, I know, Mr. Prideful. So,
I like auto locks.
Your cast already does pretty decent damage, but one thing you often lock is good long-range AoE, and now you have it.
Can you switch weapons?
No. So once you start a dungeon, you've picked your weapon. By the way, you can examine that pillar over there with the flashing light.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay.
I'm just
Composed of such innumerable, ever-shifting, interlocking chambers, the underworld of Lord Hades all but guarantees the dead shall there.
So anyone could come back to life. They just had to not suck. This is what people mean when they say get good. They're really, it's for your own good.
Yeah, so you can climb your way out of Hades.
Yeah.
Although I don't know if getting good at video games is going to make you physically strong enough to actually climb out of Hades.
They're not stupid. He didn't walk right through it.
And I don't know if most normal people are going to get all these boons from the gods that this guy is getting, Zagreus.
That's cheap, actually.
But basically that was an explanation for why every time you enter...
Those big guys take... I don't have to be so close to them to get...
Yeah. Special. Yeah, you can even use it at long range to good effect. It's just you can do huge amounts of DPS at close, but it's very risky.
How's a backstab?
But yeah, anyways, that was just an in-game explanation for the roguelike element. Yeah.
Satisfied.
Alright, more purple shit. Gain that purple shit. Next room, we're gonna get some money.
Way to patch up. Got to keep going.
Right.
So, there's quite a few gods in this. I don't actually know the number. I wouldn't say it's massive, but it's a pretty nice amount. And you'll start learning which gods give what type of benefits.
I think I got to deflect on my attack.
You don't have that anymore. That was last
just for
run.
the short. Oh, it's just a run.
Yeah, so this is roguelike. Every time you play it, you'll be wanting to get your boons. So instead of like in the Binding of Isaac, you open like an item room and you get some random item to help you. Instead of that, you'll be wanting to get god boons, and you get to choose from a somewhat random element, but you get a 3-item selection to try to build towards what you want. So that's kind of nice in that it lowers the amount of randomness a lot of roguelikes tend to have.
Sure.
I bet Carolyn's going to want all this.
But sometimes that randomness is a vital part of roguelikes. Like Isaac's an amazing game, despite its insane amount of randomness. That's mostly because of how much control of that randomness you kind of have. Backstab that skeleton.
Oh, damn it.
Your cast might be good against the skeletons because you'll get it back instantly, assuming it doesn't bounce around like crazy. Yeah, so personally, my strategy with the bow is what you were just doing there, is keep your distance and fire from afar. Once they get close, do not try to shoot them, just focus on dodging.
Well, they die in one hit if I get a charge shot.
So if you feel extremely confident in your ability to get a charge shot.
Well, I do.
Okay.
Unfoundedly.
But I find it's nice to just play it safe and just get your distance, let them dash at you and miss, and then you can just shoot them from far like that. Because in my opinion, one of the skills of a roguelike is actually a lot about mitigating your risks. And like, yeah, you could play better by doing this risky strategy and just being extremely skilled.
Play faster.
Yeah, but you could also just play smarter.
I didn't use any
strategy.
of this like part of the there was like traps and stuff I could have been using.
That's gonna happen all the time. It's gonna depend on your build, the enemies you're fighting, your mood. If you just feel like running around a lot. With a bow, I would say you're actually finding defensive positions and just sitting there. A lot of times, like finding good spots to be.
I'll play the way I want though.
Yeah. Well, exactly. But
I don't feel like playing that.
to me, that's interesting. To me, like when I play the bow, it means, hey, now I'm having to play this more defensive based style, and sometimes that changes. If I get a lot of god boons to my special, the thing where you spray all those arrows, maybe you're actually wanting to get up and close and just spray arrows at your enemies.
Come on.
Yeah. Gotta be careful of those orbs. Can break those orbs with your arrows, but hitboxes sometimes aren't as clear as it'd be nice to be.
Strength.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, so those little fruits.
On Olympus.
Also, you got a shop there. I'll talk about the fruits later.
What's on offer?
So, yeah.
I'll take this one.
And then you've got some temporary bonuses, so you can spend your money. That money does not stay if you die. Lose it at the end of the run. However, there are occasionally really expensive items you can get at these wells that might be nice to save for, but I wouldn't be too stingy about your money. Because it's more important just to make progress and get more like purple gems and keys. Oh, nice.
It's kind of jerky.
Oh, go to the bottom left. You're not going to want to do this, but you want to at least see it. You can spend 11 hearts.
If I just kill myself.
Yeah. It won't let you kill yourself, but it'll let you almost die.
Isaac would let you kill yourself.
Yes. And that's part of Isaac's MO. You will get a item. If you go down there, you might get some purple stuff, some money instantly.
So I instantly took my health potion. I didn't.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't. I thought I was going to. So, but I instantly used my speed ichor, or do I have that?
That's constant for 3 rooms. So I don't know the button on the controller. Mind if I see controller real quick? Yeah, if you hold left trigger, it will tell you the effects.
Yeah, I knew the effects. What I was wondering is if I instantly had it or if I could choose to pop it later. I haven't.
Yes,
instantly.
the answer is you instantly have it.
And the reason I thought that might not be the case is just because there's
it's
no health
a potion,
indicator on it.
yeah.
For safekeeping.
So go up to the right end. That little water thing is going to be something you're going to love. An important. You'll get there eventually. Yeah. Bam. Heal. So, sometimes you get into these rooms, there's no combat, there's a free item. There's going to be some flavor text, like in the very top. There was a shiny object you could click to get some flavor text. And these are guaranteed to give you a well, which is used for healing some HP. So yeah, you see that flashing?
Yes, I see it.
Okay. Gotta check.
A place of calm and respite, whilst perhaps unimaginable in the...
And not a moment too soon.
Yeah, it's hard. Sometimes it's hard when you're just watching someone to know exactly what they're trying to do at that moment.
I understand.
So I actually don't know what that symbol is for. That symbol is the shop. The shop, I would say you don't have enough money to make good effective.
Just spent a little bit.
So this is a boss, sort of. It's a partial boss. You could say a mid-boss.
Fuck.
So these... So one thing to keep in mind is you get close to these guys, they're gonna scatter a bunch of bombs. But those bombs don't do as much damage. So it's kind of easy to get hit, so I try to, if I can, stay farther distance. But those bombs they're tossing right now do much more damage. So you have to be extra careful about being hit. Framing?
It was for a second.
Okay. I actually missed
like
that.
right when I'm dashing.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if that's framing or if that was an intentional time flow.
Fuck you.
I think it's, yeah, there's some intentional time stops or hit stops, you might call it. Also, the music for this boss, for this fight, is rad. So all I'll say is because you haven't gotten much benefits from upgrading and stuff, these bosses are actually kind of tough. As these bosses will actually be quite a bit easier once you.
Alright, I need you to be quiet for a second.
Okay.
Oh, no! Fuck! How was I hit by that? Alright, Ryan's turn. Or actually...
Not yet.
Now should we end the episode?
Yep, once we return to Hades, see him crawl out of the pool of blood.
Ugh, skeletons.
And lament about skeletons. Now, we can lament about skeletons. Next time on the Excellent Boys Play a wonderful game called Hades.